I'm too young to die. You know what? You reap what you sow. Destroyed already. Already? A Freddy just throwing 2 pallets. Nice.
Even
I guess he wasn't ready, Freddy.
Our fashionable city is under assault. Baggy pants, dull suits, sightings of socks with sandals. A message needs to be sent, and it needs to be sent in style.
I actually think I need to turn the volume up on this game because it's too soft.
Time to serve some good old-fashioned justice.
Exactly the opposite of Angerfoot. This is on Unity. Oh god, that is... mouse sensitivity is way too low still. Still too low, to be honest. I actually thought 1440p would screw up my stream, though, but 1440 resolution is actually fine. There we go. Officer 1373, got a 1031 fashion crime and progress. 135th and Queen, gray suit, male adult. That's a GSMA. Suspect is 36 years of age, gray hair with all gray clothing, possible gray hat. Sergeant Dest, 10-4 in pursuit, leave it to me, I got this. Streets over here are full of stressed out, bland gray activity of a corporate nature. Better get your sass over here ASAP. Roger that, I'm a clear Moneymaker Boulevard and head on over there. Sit tight. Definitely feels like a Unity FPS. Which is not a bad thing. It feels like maybe a slightly tighter Dusk. Angerfoot looks more like Valorant plus Hotline Miami. I don't know where the Valorant comes in because I haven't really played it, but yeah, definitely Hotline Miami. So do I just shoot him? Dull suit. I thought that said bullshit at first. Okay, so he throws his briefcases at you. Yeah, I gotta turn this up, it's way too soft. Yeah, it's just a standard shooter, but with a unique theme. Do the buttons do anything? Other buttons? No, not really. Armor. Okay, then. That's a cocktail. I thought it was a Mai Tai. Dude, did you just pick up a cocktail from the ground and drink it? A mocktail. It was refreshing. Sheesh, you must have a killer immune system. Gasoline? Okay, the music is way too soft. There. Another thick, dull patch around the corner. Thin red ribbon blocking my way to the crime scene. Alright, so I guess you cut the ribbon, it's kind of like a red key. Hope you got that brand new 2-die-4 Carbine Elite. Why a fire hydrant? Hold down mouse 2 to start extracting color. I wouldn't say I'm too old for this. I'm a little surprised by how traditional it feels. And I'm not really sure if that's a good thing or not. The sound effect on this sounds a lot better now that it's charged. Mysterious stranger. Okay then. Dill Picker. What is that? What the hell is up with these names? Oh, right. I have to extract it from him. Yeah, this game is alright. Although now I'm definitely seeing why I didn't really think much of it. Fab slap. Aim at an enemy and press mouse 1 to dash to it. I don't think I can do it to these guys. Oh no, wait, I can.
Well, yeah, okay, this works. Let's go.
Yeah, it's essentially Berserk. I didn't even realize there were secrets on that level. You know what's weird? I think a lot of the other modern shooters, or a lot of the other, like, retro style ones, they kind of, like, put their own twists to, like, the classic formula, or sometimes even kind of, like, parodize it. This one kind of... I don't know. I thought this would have a little bit more character to it. Like, it would go more over the top than it actually is. Yeah, and I think that's to a fault. The theme is definitely not the issue. It's kind of like the fact that the level design's kind of dull, and well, at least in this demo so far, it's kind of just like a one-trick pony. Like, all of the other demos so far I've played on hard, and they've kicked my ass at least one way or another. Like, if they're initially easy, but... yeah. Yeah, I hate to say it, like... the reason why I wanted to check this out, even if the theme seemed like it wasn't really for me at first, I wanted to see if, maybe there'd be something different to it, like a charm, or maybe it's a little more over the top. Because it was unique, that's why I wanted to check it out, but so far I'm not really impressed. Yeah, and I mean, like, it's weird, like, the other demos, like, Angerfoot only had, like... well, it introduced the new enemies pretty fast. So far, I'm just getting the 2 right now. Maybe we'll see more. But the level design leaves a lot to be desired. Like, shouldn't I be doing this with something else? It's only been like the one gun this whole time. Like, even like, I don't know, with how different the theme felt, I thought like the actual game would feel like a lot different. And it does, and it just kind of feels like I hate to say it, but it kind of feels like a generic FPS with a unique theme. A little too much dialogue, too, that interrupts you. The dialogue is really jarring because it happens so much. You don't need this much dialogue. I'd rather move along.
You there.
Like, at the very least, they can have the dialogue playing while you're moving around the level. It doesn't have to stop you in place every single time. Oh, I finally have a different gun that I've had all this time. Full of pins and needles.
You there. Action. You there. Shoot, boy, shoot.
Pretty much, yeah.
Let's go.
That's kind of why I stopped reading the text. It's just, they really should change this. It really shouldn't stop you in place. You should be... There should be... You should still at least be able to move around.
Sassy.
Also, this does the thing that a lot of people didn't like about Doom Eternal's DLC, is that you have to use certain weapons on certain enemies. Granted, it's a demo, so it's not that bad, but it's still kind of... I could see this being a problem later on in the game. You don't even really need to jump either. Maybe occasionally to get over platforms, but...
Thank you for your contribution. Butt stocks.
You know, I feel like this is a game that would have been a lot more fun if it was a 2D side-scroller. Like, the whole premise, the theme, if it was like a shooter side-scroller rather than an FPS, I actually don't know why it's an FPS. I feel like this game would be a lot more fun if it was in a completely different genre. How close am I to flushing this? I kind of want to see how far it goes. I don't think it'll go on for too long. I'm barely even paying attention to this, too. This is just far too much dialogue. Hell, I don't even like it when Doom mods do this. Winter's Fury... It didn't have it during the levels, really. It had it at... It had, like, text at the start of the levels and, like, at the end of the levels sometimes. But it never had it, like, constantly during the level. There's at least a little more platforming. Yeah, it just feels like... I think this game would be a lot more fun if it was a 2D side-scrolling shooter. And not an FPS. I think it would serve the theme of it way better. I actually think the fact that it's an FPS is a detriment to it. Wait, what? Did I seriously have to, like, just walk a few inches and speak to the guy again? Like, why? Why would you stop? See, I think another reason why this is probably a first-person shooter and not a side-scroller is that indie side-scrollers are kind of overdone, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know why this is a first-person shooter. I feel like this would be a way better game if it was in a completely different genre. I would actually be on board for it if it was a 2D side-scroller. It feels like it should be that. I feel like the enemies would be a lot more fun to fight. This dialogue is too much. Like, even if it were a 2D side-scroller, I would probably reduce the amount of dialogue. And fake boomer shooters aren't overdone. You have a lot of talented people doing boomer shooters right now. Like, you have Angerfoot, which is Hotline Miami in first person. Now, that worked really well as a conversion. Like I said, I didn't beat the third phase on that boss just because I did kind of get the point, and it was just a demo. Like, I would do that easily if it were like the full game, because I was having fun. I just didn't want to spend too much time on it because it was running pretty long. But it's surprising how much different first-person shooters have different type. Like these indie shooters have like a bunch of different themes to them. Like, you aren't just getting Hellscape, you're getting Eldritch Horror, you're getting new wavy medieval, you're getting like 80s synthwave, you're getting cyberpunk, you're getting like tripping on balls type of games, like Cruelty Squad. So it's like you're getting like, at their core, they're all very similar, but the themes are what carries them, and this game could have easily done that. It's just that there's a lot of problems with this in particular. I tried to keep an open mind with this. I wasn't even gonna bother with this demo at first, but I thought maybe there's like something that I'm missing and I should actually play it. But like, there's a lot of problems with this. And it's just like, why did I need to like this example right here? Why did like the initial cutscene need to end? And why did I need to like take several steps to like talk to him to accomplish that just to get the key? Couldn't have this been accomplished in the cutscene? Like, there's so many small things like about this that, for a game that's supposed to be colorful and fashionable, it's surprisingly dull. And yeah, I don't even know why I'm continuing at this point. God, there's so much dialogue. It feels like a Zack Snyder movie. Will this actually end the level? Like, end the, There's no way that there's that much more content. If this doesn't end the level, I think I'm done. Oh. Oh. Wait, how do I don't even remember the, I don't even remember how to use the bell. Yeah, I think I'm done. I'm really bored. I really wanted to give this game a shot, but I'm just not feeling it. Well, I did kind of want to give it more of a shot too, because I'm like just 15 minutes shy of like the 2-hour mark. I wanted to go at least as much as that, but I don't know. I went from maybe the theme isn't to me to nah, the theme's not the problem. The theme of it's not the problem. I feel like that game is in the wrong genre. I feel like that game would be much better served as like a 2D side-scroller or something. Why they chose to make it a first-person shooter, I honestly don't know. I tried though, man. I tried. I tried giving that game a chance. I feel bad. Like I'm trying to see like the good in it, and I guess it does a few like the theme is unique, and a lot of the jokes and stuff, like, they fall flat too. Like, again, like a lot of the stuff that you see in like Postal or like some of the newer boomer shooters that are kind of like inspired by stuff like Duke Nukem or things like that, and have like the toilet humor and shit, that it's still funny because it's kind of satirizing it at the same time, and but it still like brings something fresh to the table. And I don't know, I don't really know what that game is supposed to be made for. Because people that like those light-hearted games, I don't really think they would look into the first-person shooter genre for something like that. And I welcome unique themes to a genre that typically doesn't have it, but it just doesn't work there. Again, I feel like that. I just feel like that game is in the wrong genre. I feel like it should be a 2D platformer. It would work so much better as that. And like the level design is surprisingly dull too. Like, it's just, and like normally I like cityscape stuff in like a retro style like that, but it just doesn't work, man. It just doesn't work. It feels, for a game about fashion and color, it's surprisingly uninspiring and dull. And I hate to say that, but I gotta be real. I don't know, it might be something, maybe someone might like it. I'm just not sure what kind of audience they're trying to like go for there. I feel like if they got a lot more outlandish with their humor and a little more, I don't know, a little more ridiculous and a lot less dialogue, you could improve, you could maybe salvage